Hello, happy viewers, and welcome to Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. Yesterday, Chef Sherry Saria of Living Light Culinary Arts Institute takes us on a visit with Eric Schramm at the Mendocino Mushroom Company. Eric, who is the owner of this world-famous wild mushroom company and the author of the Mushroom Book, will show us the ins and outs and secrets of wild mushroom and huckleberry harvesting. Today, we're back in the woods again to continue our learning adventures.
Good.
So shall we go on and look and see if we can't find some porcini?
Okay. Probably a good idea to not always take everything that you see.
You will leave some to spore.
Okay.
Unless I get hungry later and have to come back.
All right.
Well, I hope we can find some porcini over here. We've had enough rain and fog to. Oh, look at this.
What?
Here's a whole tribe of them.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Boy, that's some.
These are
beautiful
babies.
Yeah, they're beautiful little guys.
Wow.
That's the size that they like to be, so that the bugs don't get them. When we get a porcini, we have to cut each one in half to open it up and make sure that there's no bugs inside. But look how beautiful that is. And I can see you in the kitchen shaving that off into a salad with your spices and whatever, and it makes me my mouth water just thinking about it. This is one of the few mushrooms that it's really excellent to eat raw when they're nice and young like this.
That smells so good too. That is beautiful.
Through the years, I buy probably about 20,000 pounds of porcini a year. So in the last 30 years, I've had the dubious distinction of cutting them in half and actually looking inside probably about 600,000 pounds of porcini. Now these porcini are growing with this pine tree right here. This is what they have a symbiotic relationship with. And so when we go looking for mushrooms, we don't look for mushrooms, we look for trees. So when you have the right kind of tree, then you have the right kind of mushroom. And so then you have to find the microenvironment that it's growing in, where that's wet enough, where the soil temperature is right, and where everything works, you know, just to make it grow. And you can have 1,000 acres of forest, and in that 1,000 acres there'll only be like 3 20-foot spots that will have the porcini in them. That's why we're so lucky to find them today.
Especially all baby ones like this.
This is one of my secret spots, but I'll share it with you.
Okay, well we won't tell anybody where we found these. Okay.
So
we're going to get some huckleberries.
Okay, yes, that's the next thing on the. We have.
Are we going to leave these here so they can open later?
Yeah, we'll let them grow, and I always like to leave some. And these mushrooms, what's incredible about the mushrooms now, and why they need to be either cooked the way you do with the lime juice and stuff. Yeah, prepared. Excuse me.
That's all right.
Or they need to be cooked with heat, because mushrooms, if you have a little tiny primordial mushroom that's maybe the size of a pinhead, and then you have a big, these porcini, if we let them grow, will be up to 10 pounds, 15 pounds. They can be huge, and they have the same number of cells, because mushrooms grow by cell expansion. They do not do cell division.
I didn't know that.
So the cell walls are very, very tough, and because the mycelium is like a big water pump. Mushrooms are 90% water. And that's why another thing, when we use the dried that you use, you have all those wonderful dishes with the dry porcini, that it takes 10 pounds fresh to make 1 pound dry. So it's like a fine spice where the flavor is really concentrated.
And that's why they're so expensive when you buy them dry, too, because they were 10 times the mushrooms that it looks like. And we do have some that you gave us once before that literally dried, they're still about this big.
Yes, they can be huge. They can be beautiful. So we leave them to spore and keep spreading, and it's an amazing thing to look out and see what the nature has given us. So now let's look for some huckleberries. If we look up here, you'll see these blossoms right here. This is actually a huckleberry bush, and with the blossoms, those will turn into berries. Now these are coastal huckleberries, which are some of the smallest huckleberries that exist. There's big mountain huckleberries and there's small coastal huckleberries.
Well, can we find a bush that actually has some that are already...
Yeah, they're still pretty green yet, but we can find some, I think. That will show us how they are. In another month, I think they'll be ripe. They're just starting to get there.
Well, we managed to find a pretty good amount of berries here, and I'm going to use these this afternoon in our demo. Boy,
they're so good in a salad, and you can make a sauce to put over different things, and in desserts, of course. You can see to go from here, and with the bush behind us there, to this, it's a lot of labor. It's probably the most labor-intensive berry that exists. They're tiny little berries, and in order to get them clean, because when we pick them, we get the blossoms, we get the leaves, we get quite a few different things with them.
When we come back, we'll view Eric's invented contraption that simplifies the arduous task of cleaning the tiny berries. Welcome back to Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. We're in the woods today with Chef Saria and Eric Schramm of Mendocino Mushroom Company. We've been learning about the beautiful coastal huckleberries that grow in abundance on Eric's property.
Well, it's my monster that cleans huckleberries. It's not totally set up right now. We're just moving into the season. But this is a series of fans. We put a big, large fan on each one of these cross pieces. And then we have a vibrator up on the stainless steel plate up top. So what we do, we walk up this ladder and we go up and we pour the berries in front of the fan, which blows all the leaves and chaff off the back. And then the berries run down over a screen, and then we actually sort them by jumps. So we use the weight of the berries for the good ones to go across the jump and the bad ones to fall through. And then what happens, they all come down, then this nice cloth here slows them down and dries them out a little bit, and they hit the screen here where we do a final pick. It says we can clean about 30 pounds an hour like this.
Really? And how many do you do in the course of a season?
In a good season, if nature gives them to us, we'll do probably 5,000 to 6,000 pounds of huckleberries.
5,000 to 6,000 pounds of huckleberries.
That's it. We still have one trick left if you want to see the wild blackberry. The wild blackberry is about as big as my tip of my little finger, but the flavor is like 10 big Himalayas.
I want it.
They grow right back here.
Well, let's go see.
They're right behind us.
All right, let's do it.
Now and that's a big one. I mean, that's beautiful. You can see. There it goes. Well, if you can do it, then I can do it.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
A little bit tart yet. The sugars aren't up.
Mine was perfect. Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
So wonderful, and a lot of people don't realize this is a whole different berry than the one that grows everywhere, which was brought into the area back in the 1800s. This is our native wild huckleberry. They bloom. They ripen.
Blackberry.
Yeah, excuse me, blackberry. They ripen about a month or two before the other ones, and then they're gone within 2 weeks. So we have to concentrate on picking them. They're just beautiful, beautiful. And this year with the fog, they seem to be getting fair-sized. And so we're looking forward to having a real nice season. So these are another wonderful natural product that grows right here.
Well, we're so fortunate here on the Mendocino coast. We have such beautiful berries here.
Yeah, we have
really a perfect place for berries and for mushrooms too.
Well, we have so much here. We have the ocean, we have the mountains, we have the trees, and all the natural things that come thereof. And it's a very special place to live and work. And I'm thankful to the gods every day that we're here.
Me too.
And that we have wonderful chefs like you that are going to take the things that I make. All the mushrooms and berries I get mean nothing until you have a chef that takes it and interprets it and does something incredible with it. And I cook them myself and they're wonderful, but when you give it in the hands of a young lady like this, they're incredible. They bring out the flavors and the textures, and it's amazing.
Well, thanks a lot. It's been really fun having you. I really appreciate you and the work that you're doing at Mendocino Mushroom, and yeah, we're going to spread the word about you and about all the great products that you give us.
Thank you. It's a great thing. I've spent 30 years trying to do exactly that, to teach people we can take things from the forest and not harm it, and live in harmony with the forest in our life, just like you're doing it with Living Light.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Thank you.
When we return on Monday to Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living, we'll be joining Chef Sherry Soria in the kitchen at Living Light Culinary Arts Institute. She'll take these harvested wild mushrooms and transform them into a dish she calls linguine parody with truffle cream, which is entirely vegan, raw, and absolutely irresistible. And now, please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for Between Master and Disciples, coming up next. Wishing you a blessed and serene weekend. Farewell for now. Visit rawfoodchef.com to learn more about Sherry Soria and the Living Light Culinary Arts Institute.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/VEG.